Yeah. Shalom Israel. Peace and hope for Shahul and Uncle peace and hope for Makakobal. Right? We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, been teaching this truth since 1969 at the Black Hispanics and Native Indians, by 12 Lost Tribes at the nation of Israel under commanding General Yohanna. So tonight class more or less will be about the white man, right? And more or less now to do let black people get trapped in all white people affairs, because ever from since they've been taking advantage of us, right? And even from the book of Genesis and all too. So, as time goes by, all these presidents coming, they keep on coming, going, and even from a little boy, I'm gonna get to see about how much will be about four. Where I can remember is from we see from Clinton. What his name was again?
President Clinton.
Yeah, President Clinton. Right. Then after we had Bush. Then after we had Obama, and then after we had recently Donald Trump, right? And now we have Biden, right? So again, now when you check back again, before that and all too, when you check back all with Abraham Lincoln and them, the same thing, they had been torturing black people and all too. Reagan, the same thing again, been torturing black people from ever since. All these presidents come and go in America. That one thing to do is to destroy the nation of Israel, which is all these blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, right? You see what happened on all the reservoirs and thing, right? And then after when you check back and all too again, they came on this side now. Everybody and every one of we brothers answering to the white man, when really and truly them one should be answering to we, right? But it reverse and all kind of thing. And then after now, what they do now, they start to take we brothers and now and start put them in movies and thing. So when you watch things like Danny Glover and Mel Gibson and all these different movies and then where they keep on doing and thing, and they keep on putting black and thing like Fast and Furious 9, you see they take Paul Walker and Vin Diesel and all them thing and putting black people. And when you watch it come out again, black people have been killed in the streets and all kind of thing, right? And then after you watch all the poor the richer Israel is like the destined the eye towards the own people and thing. No help for the people and all kind of thing too. The same way. And then after now when the same thing happening again too, again they take all these things like all the basketballers and the footballers and them and put them they for now with the focus to say, hey, I want to be like them. But when you check that and all too, it's like out of a whole state and thing, you have about 5 fellas making a team and everybody now want to be that and thing. When you check that and thing, that's not adding up to like the economy of black people and thing is really feeling. And when you check back all these same artists and them, right, and basketballers, footballers and all that thing, when you go back and you see now who they come back and they build the same white man empire buying all these nice cars and them Lamborghini, Ferrari,
right,
Bugatti, all of them, right? And the same thing now they're going in condos, and then after the same time, so more or less the money just circling back right there. And then after now, always want to know how they end up break because they want to go and live the same white man lifestyle and dream everything, right? And not studying the brothers and them and thing too. And the same thing happening to the same Christian leaders and all too. Same way again, that's getting big payouts and all too from the same poor sisters and them taking thing and same lifestyle up there and all too, and not seeing about black people and all too. So when we check back all these things and all too, that when you go through scriptures now you go get to understand from the beginning the scripture and thing is not to be messed with and not taken for no joke and thing, right? So you will see from all when we go through Genesis and all too, even down to last book and all Revelations that they've been treating black people very cruel from the get-go, right? And again now it's like when we have the Christian leaders now they're taking it Bible for kicks and a story again, and then after we check back all the history and thing, certain people was to be reading this Bible to one particular people, right, which is the black Hispanics man, and that black and Hispanic man, that is the priest and them for the Most High. So the same priest and them for the Most High is the same one to be teaching the same black and Hispanic man. Nobody else. So now again, now when we come now and they bring all these different thing on the movies and thing now again and brainwash we now. Now when the Bible, like everything when the Bible is real for the black Hispanics and Native Indian man, everything that's like is a game, right? And they will see all the thing and everybody want to fight and but the Bible is a waste of time and this and that. The Bible has set of stories and a set of folly, this and all them things because why I don't understand. And then after now you have somebody who teach who given who have the Bible who teaching us the Bible who was not to be teaching us the Bible, right? And now it's the same people going all the terminology schools and them and when they come out now again now they're coming with them doctrines and things and that is not of the Most High and things. So they come with their own doctrines and not the doctrines of the Most High.
Right.
So now again when brothers now come with the truth, they don't want to hear the truth and things because why? They've been indoctrinated from small, right? Even from all the primary schools and them, right? Even from the television shows and them things now. So now when you come and tell hey, you black Hispanics and Native Indian man, you are the 12 lost tribe of Israel. You is God chosen people. You is God firstborn and thing, right? You is not to be dealing with other nations and them and the other nations is your enemies and thing. You know what I do? He started to defend these other nations and them. And these other nations not defending you and thing. Because why the main objective is to oppress black people and thing. Right? So now we're going to see from the get-go who this person is and thing, right? And you will get to see how again now different times now the different prophets call them different at different era at different times and thing right and you will get to see now hey who is really running this earth and thing right and who the most I say the earth is given to right now, right? And you go start and see from all Genesis and all too, right? But before we do that and all too, this is like again now when they come now and they start to tell you in Genesis and thing about we eating from the tree of life is an apple tree, and then after they tell you the serpent is a snake and thing, and it's simple. It's just looking like these things is just simple and thing, but again, it's just the brainwash. So we just like from Sesame Street and all too, and people taking these things for kicks and all kind of thing. And even the big people now they go start to say, well, yeah, she went and eat the apple and thing, and then after she didn't sleep I think she went and sleep with another man, and these shippers keep on coming to we and thing, right? Well,
We should begin.
yeah.
Hi kids, I want you to sing a nonsense song with me about a cat with her fiddle, a cow, and the moon, a silly little dog, and a plate with the spoon. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey fiddle, fiddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The fiddle dog laughed to see such fun, and the fish ran away with the spoon.
Let's do it one more time.
Hey fiddle, fiddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the fish ran away with the spoon.
So right at the beginning of the song, he said, let me hear a dumb song, right? But here was the dumb thing now that the white man now and all his pastors and all his deacons now coming to tell you that hey, Genesis now is Adam and Eve eating the apple, right? And Adam and Eve was naked and so a lot so a lot of that different stories coming and thing, right? So just like how you think you go say that dumb thing, but again now who is the one being dumb right now? Because now you seeing somebody you have a dumb teacher now and then again now you have dumb students now and now they defending these things now when real men come out on the street now men are the most high prophets don't come and tell you that hey Adam and Eve is not the first two beings, right? Adam and Eve is the what the Lord was given to them and thing, right? Now we come and tell you the serpent again is not no snake, it wasn't no snake and things. So now again the people now defending all these things, and now you'll get to see in the scriptures who this is talking about and thing, right? So let me go to Genesis, let me go to Genesis 2 and 17.
Come on. The book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 17. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it, for in that day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die.
Right. So again, now this metaphor, this again not about this is not about no and there's not about no fruit and thing, right? This is just simply for this time sake was the laws and thing, right? And now we tell them that hey, if it's more or less like if you take part in this now you get to know the laws and the transgression of the laws and thing, right? So just as I said, you know, when we offend our brother and things, sometimes now again they have the most I say, hey, do not kill your brother and thing. Now when you kill your brother now, you know the penalty, it have penalties behind that now and thing, right? So the penalty is like this now, right? You or the vengeance, you could die, you can end up putting yourself in prison. And when you check about again now, when you check out what's going on in the prison in Trinidad and Tobago and thing today, it's like you having 10 men in a cell and then think no toilet and what kind of thing, and then after you see yourself. So again now who at when you check back on it, who you really have to come back to at all times, you have to come back to the Most High, because why do this and thing, and then after you check back yourself now, where you saying to myself, why go and follow these men and them for? Why didn't think before I go and act on all these things and them to say same thing here applying to them. Say, hey, let's listen to where parents and them see and think that that's why to do this, and this way it is and things. So that just a simple command the Mosai was given Adam and Eve. Hey, I do what you taking part in this, and that was just it. Is if you take part in this, you should surely die and thing, right? So no sin. So that is just a man and a woman and thing, right? So now we go into Genesis 3 and 14.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 14. And the Lord said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
So again now, so the serpent now, right? So again, the serpent is not a snake, right? So because I thou done this, right? So the Mosai again, who the Mosai was talking to? Again to Adam and Eve, right? So again, he was not talking to he wasn't talking to no bear, he was not talking to no lion, it was two persons. So now again, now look at the serpent here now, right? The serpent here now. So when you go and look up the word serpent and thing, right? Is a wicked, malicious being and thing, right? And thing, right? So that what the serpent is, right? And when you watch it, you know, as we go in the scripture, you'll get to understand who this is and all too again, right? And that's what thing we let you know that this is the white man he was talking about from since and all too. So these nations and them was there from the beginning and all too, right? So more or less like when you know, sometimes in the movies and thing, what the most I doing is like showing you how these other nations come, but the nation them they say like, you know, sometimes we have Batman, we have the movie Batman and thing, and you see in Batman fighting all these other penguin and all them thing, but they never show you how Batman was created. So now that's the most side was just showing you back now how we make all these other nations come to Adam and Eve, but they was there, right? So again now, right? So here we see now and thing, right? So the serpent, because I has done this, right? Thou art cursed above all cattle, above every beast of the field, right? Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and thou shalt thou eat all the days of thy life, right? So again now, and thing, this is the most I talking to a being here. This is not no snake and thing, right? So now it go be cursed and thing, right? So let me go to verse 15 now and thing.
Verse 15, the book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
So now we now tell you and think that the serpent was a malicious being, right? So this is a man here now in the verse now, here the most I saying, So between the woman, right? So between thy seed and her seed, and shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his seed, right? So when we check back this and all too again, right? So, and this is a reality and all too. So what Adam do now? Adam didn't train the woman good, right? So you know, like again now, he didn't train the woman good to let he woman listen to he alone and nobody else, right? So now when we come back now in reality and thing, so all these men and them when you having your woman and thing, and then after now, your woman should be listening to you. Now you're having a woman and thing and saying, yeah, that's my friend and all kind of thing and my phone and thing. But the thing about it, when things off and thing, and you and she ain't going on good and thing, what she gonna take time to talk to and thing. She gonna take time to talk to somebody else. And now this man knowing all the other business and things. So now again is the same thing. Sometimes now she not dealing with you, but she talking to things. So now this man was like, you know, at the right time will be at the right time he will tell she something she didn't want to hear, but you know, at that time she wanted to hear it and thing, right? So at another time she didn't want to hear, hey, you can't come wrong, she but that time, you know, she want to hear that and thing. Because why? Because you allow your woman to be friend with other men and things. So when you check back on all thing, when a man giving up again now when a man giving up he daughter to another man and thing, that was the man controlling this daughter. Now he give it up to another man to control, not for other men to be controlling his daughter with you and things. So again now say see the destruction what happened there to Adam and Eve is the same lesson learned that hey, a woman should only that woman what a man have is only should die the only man she should be talking to. She father, but I know she father still like she should be talking to her because that makes some leniency. Some it might be because it might be because of some job, you know, she go have a supervisor and thing, you know, because work related and thing, and then after you know that man, that supervisor can't be calling on your woman all 10 o'clock in the night because now you're gonna know something wrong and things say now you have a question and say, well, wait is he calling you so for and thing and that is and don't be afraid to ask a woman and these things and them too and then whatever because they take too long then after you know well hey everybody on the block now tell you hey use the last man to know because she don't know what she doing already and thing right the man don't know already what she doing so then after everybody start to see use the last man to know so she again and that was to be happen so take time to deal with men take time to deal with a woman and thing and women again just listen to your man and don't listen to nobody else and all these things like you know when you and your man fall out over there go and leave your man and all kind of thing that is not of the most high and thing right so you and your man having problem you want to go and spend a few days by your mother and thing and you see your mother for a while and all that kind of thing go and spend some time with him and when you know hey you really need to come back to your man but divorcing your husband that is not of the most high the only time you can get another husband is when your husband die and things. So anybody telling to leave your husband, die adultery. So it's the same thing with all these things that's record. But you know again, everybody take Genesis for yeah, that's everybody just take Genesis that's for Adam and Eve, and that's the main thing. Hey, Adam and Eve is not the first two person, and they keep on going on with that and thing, but they're now watching all the other important things coming down from Adam, from the book of Genesis and all these things and all too. So simple as this and all too, this is just a poor woman in check and you men and all to check yourself with you all women and all too again, right? So we're going back into the same thing. So the reason why you think again, because Adam did not put Eve in check and things. So Eve ended up listening to somebody else. When die, the only man should be listening to. So even for time's sake and all too, when Adam go back talking to the Most, I say is the woman that give me and all kind of thing. He started blaming it on the Most High and thing. So if I take a man daughter thing and then after now I ain't she right and thing and I making she walk down the road with all kind of sexy dress and all kind of thing and you are the ones to put that in an order from getting all them talk and all them thing whatever and thing right because when you check back all this and all too again most of the time when a woman dress up elegant and thing or I say in modest apparel most of the time it's just make you look good and go on down the road. But let them be in a short dress, they're going to hear the continuous talk coming down the line, all kind of thing, whatever and thing. And there's room and all too again. So the same time again, put your woman in order. And that Adam didn't do, right? So we're going back now to see now again now who this talking about, right? So here I am. In Genesis 3 and 14.
Reach 15.
Right. Right, so go ahead and verse 15 again.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
So here we always see this now, so everybody know what see this, right? So again now see this see now the sweetness where it's come with sex and thing, right? So again now how you going to keep on making people by sperm, right? Everybody know see the sperm, right? So now he telling now Adam Eve of she seed. So now meaning the lineage she belong to, and now this is now the serpent he lineage now. So enmity coming between them is war coming right through now between that and thing, and war going on there. Like the beginning of the black man and the white man and things. So even from Genesis and thing, this is where it start and all two again, right? And here we keep on saying now from thy head and from thy tail. So when we check back certain things right now, one thing, right? The white man is and all his rest of his family is fighting me at this level and thing, right? And we know to the bottom now being fight. Now again now, because why? We disobey the Most High and thing. So which we have many other powers above we and thing. We are the angels and thing. We are Christ and the Most High. They're not fighting me. The Most High the white man is not fighting me at that level. He fighting me at a low level right now with no power, everything, right? But thanks to the I.S.U.P.K now, black people is waking up now. The 12 tribes is waking up now and coming back to the Most High. So we power could go and fight the white man, right? And again, we is not to go and take up no gun and say, hey, the white man, why you rape and kill my daughter and thing, whatever and thing. The Most High say revenge is see, and the Most High is going to deal with that when that time, which what we have to do, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, is to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right? So we is not the white name. So you see when you keep on, you see all over the world what happening and thing, right? Where black people being tortured, everything, right? So again now, so you put enmity between thy seed and with him. So again now, when you go back in this and all to your scene again, who is talking about? This is people and thing. Who this is talking about? The black man and the white man, right? So it's not no animals and all kind of thing and thing. So you see when he say he is more subtle than any beast that he feel, and then when you check how the white man is do things and all too, if you feel like you're going to pick up a cutlass and say, hey, I'm gonna fight you with a cutlass, nah. He's not going to come. He's not going to come that way and thing. You might use your brother, to kill you and thing. See everybody fighting want to fight go on the ground. You know what the white man do? He gone up in the sky and thing. And apart from since nobody can't defeat the white man from that again to the sky because he run the air and thing, right? So again, he is more subtle than any beast on the field and thing. When you check back all these different things, how the way he does things and all too, it wait name the way take laws and set it up and nobody to fight it and all too is not normal and thing too. So that is the most that we are aware of we are aware of him, right? And now the I.S.U.P.K is letting people know that hey, this is the enemy. This is the enemy from since in Genesis and all too. This is the man who caused the problem between Adam and Eve here and thing, right? There we
Right.
go. So now again, now say people didn't want to say the serpent is right name. Well, now we go to Revelation. We go to Revelation 12 and 9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 9. And the great dragon was that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Right. So that old serpent called the what? The old serpent called the devil, right? So again now when we you see now again from the white man perspective, now we go on and we watching the movies, just like the shopping Sesame Street, we now watching about Hill, did the cat and the fiddle and thing. So same thing now we go start to hear about the snake make the snake talk to Eve and all kind of whenever I find a snake up to the day and you talking to a human being and thing, right? And and thing again, and now tell the apple the right name. So the same thing again, the brainwash we hear now again. So now come and tell you now the devil again is somebody with horn, red eye, black, and with a big fork and all kind of thing. They make you feel like he out of this atmosphere, he out of this zone. When he right in we face, right through from the beginning in we face and all too, and he still up to the in we face and all too, doing what he wants and thing, right? Doing ever what he wants to do on this face of the earth and all too again. And we will get to see more one thing, right? And then after now, so now I got to understand, say the word devil mean that deceive, and who deceive anyone who does what it wants and all too, and who believe people to do this and that, right? The white man again, right?
Right.
Right? And now, when you go back and all too again, right? So when you go back into slavery and all too again, what you white with them, when you watch back all these movies and all kind of thing, right? And you see when all the wickedness the white man do, we sisters and them thing and we brothers and thing. What the slaves used to come out and say, hey, you the devil and thing, right? So again, it was in scriptures and anything. We won't spirit and stuff because again, when we check back when we check back certain things, when we check back to the scriptures and all too, it's like we all when we die, we always come back and think too. So like it's like, hey, that same spirit we keep on coming back. So like, hey, that no wood, that wood was never that wood is never new to us and things. So like, yeah, he's the devil. So the slaves and all used to be saying it and all too, and the white and again they're making movies, them and they learn, and all too, hey, I is the deceiver, I is the devil, and things like they didn't want the world to know and all too again. So just like Christ wanted the whole world to know, and how he wanted the whole world to know that he's a black man, because he put it in the book, right? With his skin color and the character, everything, right? So like that, hey, I a black man and things. So the same thing when we go in the movies and all too. They're not hiding it. They're letting that, hey, I the devil, I the deceiver and thing, the slave state and all too. Even when we check back Malcolm X, one of his brothers, but he led the people into to Islam, which is something is not at the Most High, and that do not belong to black people again. And thing too again. So again, black Hispanics and native, all you in the Christian mosque and in the Christian church and the Muslim must come out from that place because that will belong to you again. So even when he make a quote and tell you hey, I don't have to tell you so I don't have to tell you who the devil is and thing. You already know and all too. So he and make a quote and all and tell you that hey, yeah, you know who the devil is and all too again. So right. So you know who the devil is, right? So we don't have to come out and say who it is and thing. It's in the movies, it's in the scriptures and all too again, right? So now again, he up high and thing. So like a dragon, when you check back certain things, when you check on the characters and thing, who's the one dropping missiles and thing, bomb up Japan, China, bomb up the all in the Middle East and all these things and them flying high, dropping nuclear bombs and all these things and them, right? Who doing that and thing? Like you know that hey, I running this tongue right now. This tongue is my own and thing, right? So they see again now. So up come again and again now. And this is the thing now in the Christian church, they're not bringing all these things on them they're not bringing all these things to you and all too again. Again, it just come they walk around the wherever pedestrian one, they just keep on walking around that day and think I'm not bringing all these scriptures to you, black Hispanics and native Indian man, because they don't want you to know that hey, you is God chosen people and thing again, but they set up these pastors again, they come with all these nice words, smooth things, and make you sin against the Most High and all too, right? Give me Job 9 and 24.
Come on. The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So again now, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked, right? So the scripture saying it and all too again, and when you watch wrong again, you could have So at the end of the day now, when we check back things now, black people been tortured by these other nations and all too, been tortured by the white man and all too, right? And all these other nations and yourself. But ask yourself this and all too. If we was to go and ask every race on the face of the earth, hey, who you think the devil is? Who you think is the most wickedest man on the face of the earth? And thing. The East Indian man is going to say it. The Chinese man is going to say it. Well, the nation of Israel is going to say it one time, no doubt about it, and all two is going to say it until the Arab and them is going to the Arab and them is going to say it and all two and thing, right? So I check back on all these things and all two. So yeah, everybody and not and no nation not on you going to say it. And even when they go and ask the and even say they go and ask the white man and all two, he is going to say that and all two he's the most wickedest being on the face of the earth and all two. And all two. So again, when you check back on all two, he is, right? And thing right now, when you check back on again now, so the people now who should be the people them who should be ruling the earth and thing now, and then they're quiet right now. They have no say, they have no shots calling. See like what King David was doing again, which is a black man again from the tribe of Judah and thing, where when certain things wasn't going off and thing with these other nations and thing, and they're going against the Moses. So he went and put them in check and thing, right? So these is we are the judges of the earth and thing, right? The black Hispanics and Native Indian man, right? And which is soon to come under Christ. We're the one going to be judging the earth and all too. We're going to be judging Israel and also all these other nations and all too. So anytime things go off, you know where the outcome and thing too, right?
Right.
We don't have to say it, and all too again, right? And you know, like the thing that Christ is this nice, loving person and all too again. Go and read some of the scriptures and thing and see some of the characters where you have one thing, right? And two. Give me Jeremiah 14 and 2.
Come. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
So Judah mourneth, right? So Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof language, they are black unto the ground, and the cries of Jerusalem is going up, right? So when you watch that again now on the news and things today again, right? And also again, this year the woman, she lost his son and thing and been murdered by the police and all kind of thing, right? So when you check back all the history and thing, right? So now the same white man again put us in slavery now. We family line been destroyed and thing, right? And now no heritage and thing, no economy for the black man, Hispanic man. So what the black man and Hispanic man work for everybody and no one works for us and thing, right? So now when we go and check back all these things, who's the one crying every day? Who's the one even is $15 an hour? We want to make that. We just want to make out that 8 hours. We say, boy, you know what? I make about 5 hours. I good for the day and thing. These other nations could do that. Some of these nations they ain't bound to come for the week and all too. And with all the well-paid hours, we again fighting to we fighting. We the one crying in the streets and all too. And when you watch your outcome and everything, we the one in shocks on them and thing, right? We the one when you again and this is our again black people that always be to the bottom and thing. When slavery abolished and thing, what they do? Up come the East Indians again, give them land, give them money, right? And thing, right? So say for some reason now, right? Let me say for some reason now again, and then after everybody's like by black people I take you up and this and that and thing, but they destroy family life. No parental guidance to guide we families and thing. When you check about economy, all these things and them thing, right? So the white man give them land, right? Right? He give them money and thing. Back all these things. So see for some reason now we they get land. They still had something above, right, which is money and thing where they get pounds and all kind of things. So what would happen now? We'd have still they would have these Indians and them would have still have things above us to always be above us, right? Too. So they get two. So even say we was to get one and think that still be above us and thing, because now we are looking to sell we land to get money and things. So no, we didn't get no land, we didn't get no money. So now we have to go and fight We had to go on thing, try to make it. And when you check back certain things again, how black people living and all too again, it's like when you see house going up and thing for rent, who's the one when you see a house going up? Who everybody already know is black people coming to rent and all these things, and all these things is the downfall and all too again, right? We not obeying, and then after the wickedness of these other nations and them. So that's why the Moses was saying we keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, because why? These other nations and them. So that would have be protection against these other nations and them. So when you watch wrong again, other house going up with the one looking they don't know already, hey, die for them blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And when you really check on things, no lie. Who's the ones and them in all these houses and them? The Venezuelans, which is we brothers and sisters with the tribe of Asha and thing. And who's the ones and them again in the house and the other houses renting? The same tribe of Benjamin and them and thing again. And thing coming again. And then after now, so the rest of Benjamin who have the house and thing, what going on? The adding on to the house and thing. When these other nations just having land to sell and thing, and having land for the next generation and all kind of thing to come. The Syrians they might have to go through that and all too, and thing. They might have to go through that. The Syrians they might have to go through. But who had to go through all these things? Who had to be crying all kind of thing? The Venezuelans and them, we brothers and them. These are the Venezuelans is the ones should be calling these shots and things, just like the Native Indians in America. All these are under all these other nations and them. But you know what they do? And then these are the ones and them. Up to now, the government have land for them. Up to now, they can't get them. And then all these other nations come and they have nothing. And thing too. So again, who do this to the black man again? The other nations and them. And which one in particular? The so-called white man do this to the black man and thing too again. So when you see we brothers them killing each other in the street and thing, know that hey, you do that and there's a penalty for that white man coming just now, right? The Christ at Jerusalem going up, and now the gate there of language. So when we check back again now, and think now the people who should be standing out for black people and all too, the quiet and thing too. Or we talking about all we pastors and them, we talking about all these men and them who do well in sport, Brian Lara, Dwight York, and all these things. The quiet about black people and things, and so too all these black businessmen, and so too with these other pastors and them. Because well, again, these other pastors and them, they in the white man pocket and thing to them, white man doctrine and thing, and they do not care about the people and thing, right? And thing too, right? But the I.S.U.P.K, yeah, care about people. So that just like, one thing and all too, when that's how it right up, I.S.U.P.K and all too. So that does show you already, hey, this school and then it's for the people, because why mark up Israelite school and universal practical knowledge. No other nation is to come inside here but the 12 tribe of Israel, which is the black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So already again, yeah, it is what it is, right? Proverbs, give me Proverbs 29 and 2.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
So again, when you watch all what happening, when you watch all what going on again to the black, Hispanics, and Native Indian man, again, we in Jamaica and thing, where people crying, all these Chinese and them come and thing, they have no land. Some nation come and most of the land they have to be buying it from is these Chinese and them. We come here again, we have we again black people again who we have to go and think to. These Indians, the Syrians and them, more or less everything we want and all too, we have to go to the other nations and them too again, right? When you check back and all too again, when you go in the hospitals and them too, who is the ones and them filling up when you check back all the hospitals and them cars, black people can't say they're going by them private hospitals and them thing because we can't pay for certain, we can't pay and thing. We can't eat food good itself and all too. And all too. And because again, we ain't following the scriptures, we ain't following the things of the scriptures and all too again. So we crying and thing too, right?
Right.
Crying right too. When we check back and all too again, when we check we send we trying to school and all too, as standard 5 reach. Yeah, they tell we trying and them, hey, go out and get our work and thing. When them when them training them finish is keep on going from universities and all them things, keep on further and further and seeing all who coming out on top and thing, and again black people to the bottom and thing too again. But black people, you are not supposed to be to the bottom and thing. You the one should be on top of all these other nations and them, right? And again, for that to happen, we had to come back to the Most High laws and them thing. And the Most High say his laws are not grievous and thing. So again, when people come with the wicked with a wicked spirit and say, but you can't keep them laws and them too, but the Most High telling you know too, right? The Most High telling you that the laws are not grievous and all too. And when you check back everything what the Most High saying, he is right and all too, because we like meat, so all the people like meat and thing. We have meat we can eat. We do not have to eat them other things than them and thing too. And the Most High know why. If he tell you that, hey, do not eat these other meats and them things. He is the creator of these things and them. Tell you do eat it. And also say we are lamb, we are turkey and thing, we are goat, we are cow, we are there. Only like wild meat, we are there. Other animals like if we out in maybe different parts the world and thing, it are things like roebucks and other things we could eat. It are buffalo and all these things we could eat and all too again. But see again, so we don't have to do all these things and them too again. And when you check back relationship things and things, we're mashing up the thing because again, we following? We following the white man and thing. When you check a man don't have to be going on the next man wife because it have no law saying that answer due to one woman. If a boy feels to be with one woman for his whole life and thing, he could be that one woman for his whole life. If he feels to be with 2, 5, 10, it have no law to the amount and thing, right? So again, it have no way for we to be in this condition again too. But I just because of we wickedness, right? And now you are speaking out committee, you are speaking out, you go change your spirit and all too, and you get the full understanding how to go about all these things. And so you don't have to do it and think too, right? The Lord's really easy. And then after now Christ and all come and say and I think it is in Matthew 5 and 44 and think be perfect how the father is perfect and all too. So again, he joined the comparison and all too. So he telling not the most that he talking to, he telling you and all too. Because why be perfect? And when you go to the scripture, it have many brothers in the scripture that was perfect. Noah and thing was perfect. Abraham, it had many brothers and them thing, Job, and then everybody like everybody already know Job, but they didn't understand Job and all too. And the things that Job went through and all too, like they put themselves in Job and say, hey, and think, but check yourself and see if that ever happened to you in one day. It never. And thing too, and serving the Most High and thing too. So again, come to the I.S.U.P.K and thing and stop listening to all these gossip and thing about but you can't do this and you can't do that and thing whatever and more kind of thing about. So every time if pork is the last thing and if you said you to eat and thing, you won't eat it and all kind of thing. Come on, man. I think that's a movie away from the Most High people and the wicked spirit and thing, right? And then after I know I say again, so the wicked, so again we mourning, but when the people are righteous and things, so again it's like everybody when they come to the Most High and Christ, or I like to rejoice and say nice things, but let we do the right thing where we do things what the Most High say to do, right? And what Christ said to do. So now we could that's why you're feeling happy when you hear Christ and thing, but the thing about it, or you hear in Christ's name and the Most High name, but I not do anything to the Most High name. So you're feeling happy when I hear that and all too, but you're not doing it and all too. I myself before then when you hear Christ and they're not going against Christ and thing or the Most High and thing, whether people will come and say, but they don't believe in the Most High. And when they go back and all to the Most High and all say, hey, we people have a zeal for him, but we don't know how and thing, right? Because why? We following the doctrines of we following the doctrines of the white man and thing. So again, you following up the Christian church and thing, but according to knowledge, we don't know how. and thing, because again, wrong people teaching with the Bible, and thing, we in the wrong church, and thing, right? We had to come out from the Christian church, and thing, because again, when you check back all these things and them, Christmas, Easter, all these things have nothing to do with the Most High, and thing, New Year's Day. When you check back and let's take time to go in this thing, but you know, fooling we again. We watching all the presents and them thing, and something, you know what? Let me go into all them thing. But when we go looking wants to go and get whatever subjects and thing, or say for a job, and they say, well, they tell you to do this, so you have to get a test, and you're gonna run through all these things to make sure and thing. But you ask yourself this now, you're celebrating all these things for so much years and thing. And thing, let me go and really see what it is behind it. But you know, blindly, the food, the drinks, the friends, and all them things. And we're not paying attention to all these things. And when you check every one of these things we celebrating in the world today, it's not making no sense and thing.
Right.
And why? Because of the same thing, the same devil and thing. And what devil mean? Deceiver and thing. So what are you doing? You're making me go against the Most High and thing, right? So when you check back and all to this deceiver, name one thing the deceiver ever do good in life. None. And thing. And we following again, we following the deceiver, we following the devil, and thing again too. The Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, we are not to follow the devil, right? We're not to be deceived by him and all too, and all, right? Isaiah, give me Isaiah 14 and 12 to 16, right?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Right. So again now, so this is different time and everything. So I would just see the same thing. Back then we for that time I would just say the same thing. We might say so like right, yeah, so let me go bit like a biblical thing, right? So some people go say house, some people go say crib and thing, right? But the two of them is the same thing, and I think that way it dwell, right? Or synagogues and all things, all these things is different, all these things mean the same thing, houses and thing, right? Or tabernacles and all these things, they have different things, the same thing, same words, they're something different, but same meaning, right? So now when we go back and on to, so now again now say serpent and things. So that time Adam, so that name called the serpent and thing, right? So now coming back now we in Isaiah time now we see check out certain thing now they call him the same, this is the same person who thinking that Lucifer is an angel. Lucifer is no angel. Again, Lucifer is the white man. Again, and now you're going to go in the scriptures yourself and start to read, and the only thing about it sometimes it right in my face there again, but now to the I.S.U.P.K now, you'll get the full understanding and all too. And you will see it and all too. So I say the most I say is mysteries, he gave us mysteries unto Israel, nobody else. So again, for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man to understand this, only from a Black, and Hispanic, and Native Indian man you can understand this and all too, right? So when we go back and all too, right? So how are thou fallen from heaven, right? So when we check back heaven and heaven and hell, right? Heaven and hell is a condition on earth and things. So who is the people in hell right now? And things? The Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. These are the people and them, the Native Indians and them, when they check back and all too, so much of them die out, they lose the land. The whole America should have been them own and thing. These the ones and them, the women and them cut out the pregnant woman, they cut the belly, throw the babies on the ground. Same thing with coming back to all Judah, Benjamin, and Levi and all too. Same thing with all the other tribes and them too. We went through slavery, the things we went through and all too. Put things in my mouth for we because some of readers wanted us to die instead of going through this and all too. The lazy ones and then they put all kind of instruments in my mouth to keep we from eating from we to eat itself and all too again too, right? We the one been thrown over by ships. When the slave ships and them was coming and all to the sharks and all, they know when to hey, like the ships and them coming, they ride it and all too, because they know what feed coming and all too again. And all too. When you check back a lot of things, we the ones again, the brothers and them who would have stand up against the white men and them. So when you're watching Marshall Monday and thing, you go see Marshall Monday performing and thing, you see millions of people coming to perform. Firstly, white man is a sick human being, and that's what they say when they think up and the serpent and they say he's a malicious being. Just imagine and all to the men and would have stand up against them. And that's to make the other black men and them be frightened. They would have raped the men in front all them people, all the people. And we brothers and all too again to know, hey, anytime they disobey me, this is where they're going to think. And they was happy, them happy about it. So them happy about raping and things. So when we going to be a raper man, or we going to be a homosexual and thing, really and truly really shaming them and thing, because that is in the need, that is them and thing, and that is in the nature and thing. You could be feeling happy having sex in front of thousands of people and things. So when you watching Marshall Montano and thing, yeah, big soca artist Marshall Montano, I'm gonna go and watch Marshall, I'm gonna go and watch a Marshall Monday. This is used to be happening. When you go back in the picnic and thing, and also when you understand where that picnic and thing, this is where they be taking blacks and them to hang them and thing, right? And take the children out of school. So just imagine that I take the children out of school to come and say, hey, look, some niggas going and get hung. And thing, let me go and watch that time. This is what we're talking about. Hell is a condition, and this is where the black Hispanics and Native Indians went through. And that's why we say black Hispanics and Native Indians, because it's not about Negroes alone. This thing happened to. This happened to the Native Indians too, and it happened to all these Hispanics and them too. All the people you see from Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, Peru, Argentina, and all these things happen to these people and all too again. So they don't know, you see on when you check back and all too, when you check back the tongue and all too, because of the last Europeans and them conquer them, that way you see these Venezuelans and them speaking that language and thing, they speaking that Spanish. We know again, we last conquerors and them was the English. So that now you see we speaking. But when you check back certain parts of Trinidad and Tobago, it have French part, French speaking part name in the country. It had the Spaniards name in the country, and so again with all the different names and all too again with all the different Europeans and them. And that was thing about, because why? We been brutalized by these other nations and them. Now when we watch on the other part right now and the heaven part right now, who is the people living it up large and thing, right? Who is the people who own all the so same black people them, who is the people who own all the basketball arenas and them, who is the people who own all the houses and them, who is the people who own all the cars and them, who is the people buildings and them, right? Who's the ones and them when you check back on all the networks and them who own billions of dollars, zillions of dollars and thing, right? Millions, billions, zillions and all them things. Who is the people and them? Who it is? Not the black Hispanics and Native Indian man. Who it is belong to? The white man. So they're in heaven right now, and that's what we're talking about and thing. Who's the one when you watch on the streets and thing, been murdered and thing? Is the black Hispanic man. You ever see when they ever come and they come into somebody and thing? So they think, you see how nice they're taking the time, the gun in the face and telling you, hey, put down the gun, white people telling you other white people, put down the gun and all kind of thing. Then come to a black man and thing, it wasn't time for that and all to would do shot and things. So you see again, is a different, they have pity for them own. So the heaven is about them and thing. This is them heaven and thing. So right. Again, when you check back and all too, this is what they're talking about. So the heaven is talking about here. There's this rulership on earth here and thing too. So the white man is running his earth. When we check back on how the Chinese and them dress and thing, right? And thing. The Chinese them not dressing the way they're dressing now. They're dressing just like the white man. The Arabs and them and all too. They putting on all the suits and they just have the thing right over the head and all too again. Everybody thing when they watch up and thing again. There's them have one right now. Everybody when they watch the clothes, everything, everybody putting on and thing from let me say from the boots, the shoes, everything. We have one. Timberland, the Red Wing, don't forget about Jordan and thing. That owned by Nike and thing. They just paying Jordan, that's the Kyrie name and all these things. So when people feel like, hey, it's all about that and thing, it's them own. They see sneakers, socks, and thing. We come to pants and all these things. And then after again, well, oh God, we started coming the pants, they started to lose the brothers with all Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and all these things on them. Well, again, they're running it. They're running the watches, the jerseys, the chains, and all these things. The diamond, whole diamond district and everything. Who it is? All the Jews and all the whites and them. This is them heaven. So that we talk about heaven, that we're talking about and thing. This is them heaven. We ain't started to see heaven as yet. And thing, right? We will see heaven under Christ, as long as we, Black, Hispanics, and Native, may come back to the Most High, right? So thou falling from heaven. So that was this thing about. So now all this thing we have here, when they talk about military rights and all too again, who's the man taking bombs and bombing up the place and all kind of thing, bomb up China and thing. Go down all in the Middle East and thing. Who do that and thing? When you check back Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden and all these things, and who calling these shots on them and thing. He doing it, right? And think nobody want to go up against America. And think nobody want to go up against all these Europeans and them. And when you check back all of them, and think everybody want to go up against France. Everybody want to go up against England. Everybody want to go up against Spain. They're right there. And think, but that's one out of them, the showing the power full 100 again, which is the America, which is the same Europeans and them, which is the same white man, right? So they say now, old Lucifer, son of the morning, right? So how I think, so when we check back on all two again, is like everything you see, everything you think about when you get up in the morning and all two, you have to go and work for. The white man, I think, you check all these things and them, all these plans and them, Atlantic LNG and all these things and them, who it is them. And thing two again, right? We check BP and them, when all the oil and thing with them, when we come. And thing here, who will come in and who will going to? And what we getting? That's the that's a little tax out of it and that and we have thinking who everything belong to. When you check back the morning and think about everything when they talk about the morning and thing, that's who it is and thing. They're just saying that. So like yeah, he's the star right now. Everything you can just think about in the morning, which is them and thing too, right? So now, say now, how are thou cut down to the ground? So, how are you going to fall? He's going to fall by the hands of the Most High and Christ, right? So, and then after that, they say, which did wicked nations and them, and thing, right? So now, so when we check back, which and they say which did wicked nations and them, right? So let me go to Trinidad and Tobago and thing. Who get independence from? And thing. Guy from England. What England is? And thing. England is the white man. We go in Zimbabwe and thing and plenty in Africa and we go in Africa and thing. When you go back and all and we go back and check in Africa and thing, I see who all these African nations get independence from and they do not belong there and things. So let's imagine somebody come from this part of the world, right? And thing, right? The western thing, right? The east, right? And they come across here. Conquer, you know, and they come conquering. And thing, they go in Africa, which is another different nation. Who all them get independence from? The weakened nations and things. They get independence from the Europeans and them. When we go back again, Trinidad, Jamaica, St. Kitts, Barbados. So you go and see where they get independence from. You go to India and all and see who them get independence from. I think India get independence from England and all too again. Who they do? The weakened nations. So who it is? Lucifer no angel and thing. Lucifer is the white man and thing too again. Right. So we people again come out from the Christian church and all too again. So before you even say reach down and as we go down the scripture, I go let you know, but just showing you again now that hey, take time, come to your I.S.U.P.K and you get the full understanding. So again, who weakened nations? White man weakened nations and them, right? When you watch what's going on with Venezuela and thing, right? Watch again, who doing that? Who calling shots and thing. Right now, we in Venezuela, all these Venezuelans and my brothers and them across here and thing. They're starving. Let's imagine somebody had to lead the whole family and thing. And just to come across here, that they're showing you something and all too. And not to come across here to say, hey, they're working for 600 US an hour or something so and thing whatever. No. You know, and not so. And all too. And when you check back to somebody heavens and all too, when the white man getting paid from his own people and thing. It's all in the 20s and it's all kind of 20 US and hour going up and thing. When is the Black Hispanics and Native Indian man, $6 an hour, 15 is bare minimum, the bare minimum wage and also again. So we black people, time to wake up and thing and come to the most and thing. No, nothing else on the face of the deal. I think there's the only thing here right now for we black Hispanics and Native Indian. So see again, they weaken nations and thing, and he's still weakening nations up to now he's still weakening nations and thing, right?
Right.
So go ahead to verse 13.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
So now you say I will set like I'll be like the most high and thing and set I'm waiting. So we check back and think NASA space programs and thing. What that is? And think where that going, where that passing all the stars and thing when we check going on Mars and setting up buildings to go and live and thing again. Who that talking about and thing? Not the it's not the East Indians, it's not the Chinese, it's not the Arabs and them. But I think the Chinese and them, I think them had a shuttle or some reach up already to space and them. But when you check and think who doing all these things and them, who have all these satellite dish and all these things and them. Again, who will belong to? Again, all the Europeans and them and things. So again, who we talking about? You know we're talking about, right?
Right.
Go ahead to verse 5.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Right. So no. So just what you do us to get which part it is when you check back America and thing who build America? Black people build America. They went to hell and things. So now they're going to flip and thing too. So don't feel the Mosai done away with the slavery are the black Hispanics and Native Indians and thing. He ain't done away with it. Wherever the Europeans do it, they're going to get it back from the Mosai and thing. And you see they're going to get it back double and thing too again. So they're going to come down and thing, right? So you're seeing it now and thing. So straight down. So now hell, you understand what it is? Hell and heaven and hell is a condition on earth, right? So you see rulership, poverty, and things. So it's right there, right?
Right.
Where you go to verse 16.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
So what you say there?
Kanawankan, verse 16. And they shall see thee narrowly and look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
So now all the thing we are talking about and things. So yeah. So now we'll say now this the man who did that? So who Lucifer is? Lucifer is the man, is a man. And who Lucifer is? Lucifer is the white man. So he's the man again now, will be cut down to hell. Right? As you know, be cut down to hell. He will be in a low state on the face of the earth here, right? When under Christ and the Most High. Right?
Right.
So let's keep on showing you again that hey, we black and Hispanics and Native Indians, we have to love we and thing, right? And nobody else, no other nation we used to love and thing. Put yourself with these other nations and then you're going against the Most High. And then too again you're going against your own people and thing, and then you're putting your people at risk. When you check back again all through the history and thing, you see the face of and most important, we record books. And when we record books saying and all too, that hey, most important, the other nations and them too, but you see the full destruction of the white man to we people and thing, right?
Right.
Give me Luke chapter 20 and verse 24.
The book of Luke, chapter 20 and verse 24.
My bad. Luke 21, verse 20 to verse 24.
The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 20. And when see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Right, so this in red here. So this is Christ now prophesying and all too, right? So now he's saying when you see Jerusalem, right, compassed with armies, then you know that the desolation thereof is near, right? So again now, Black Hispanics and Native Indian man said, you know, we home is Israel, right? So again now, and this is the we capital, right? Jerusalem, right? So now this is now Christ prophesying now. So what you see been taking place again is not new one thing. This is we've been brutalized by these Romans and them things. So now desolation coming to we and things. So now we're gonna start to see we homes, we're gonna start to see being murdered and all these things and them, right? And think nothing new happening today as we now seeing with me Floyd and thing, right? Go ahead to verse 21.
Verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. Verse 22. For these.
Hold on. So this is now this is what Christ was like prophesying now when so that time this is where like we're going to flood into to Africa now. So this is now we're going to start to say people now start to say hey, we Africans and all kind of thing because now again what we have to do, we have to move away from we home now, and now we have to go to somewhere else what do not belong to we. So just as you see what happening in Venezuela and thing to all these things and them the sanctions and them happening and thing, all the hunger, what kind of thing people can't survive. Now they're looking for a new place to survive and thing, right? And where that place I'm to be right now, tell them the Trinidad and Tobago riches again and to welcome me, brother. And right now, I wish the whole of Venezuela could fit in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, all them Venezuelans and them fit in Trinidad and Tobago and thing, right?
Right.
What for 22.
The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Right, hold on there. So again now, so now you're going to start to see all kind of torture thing happening to we and things. So what we've been seeing there is we running from these Romans and things. Black people, Black Hispanics and Native Indians, they can't take it no more and thing. So just as I see now what happening and thing, even from back then, even from America and thing, keep on happening and keep on happening things. So again, and as the scripture reach and thing, he said that thy seed shall bruise and things. So immediately the most I say immediately put on things. So it's war between we and the black man. The black man and the white man. War right through and through. From Genesis straight back up to now and thing, right? So you're seeing it again. War right through, people are coming and thing, right? So right, that's to show you that then also let me go So the same thing was taking place. Riots was taking place in Jerusalem and thing. Romans killing we out, they torturing we and thing, right? They destroying we everything, right? They play
Minneapolis on fire. Protesters leaving an auto park store in flames. Others seen looting a local Target.
Tonight was a different night of protesting.
All of it after demonstrators approached one of the city's police precincts.
We're about to move to the front of the precinct if we don't move this crowd out of the front.
Officers in riot gear tried to maintain order.
You can see the smoke bombs in the distance, and police have been firing pepper spray to try and disperse this crowd. Hundreds of protesters have gathered here, and now police are trying to push them back to keep the peace.
They gathered hours before. furious at the death of 46-year-old George Floyd.
When is it really gonna change? When is it really gonna stop?
The outrage building nationwide. In Los Angeles overnight, Black Lives Matter protesters blocked a major freeway. This man jumped on a police cruiser as it sped away. President Trump weighed in, saying justice will be served, and he's asking the FBI to expedite its investigation into the case.
Very sad event. Very, very sad event.
Now, after the 4 Minneapolis officers involved were fired, the city's mayor is calling on the county attorney to charge the arresting officer.
Why is the man who killed George Floyd not in jail?
That officer, Derek Chauvin, is seen in this now viral video kneeling on Floyd's neck as he begs for help.
One went through your head. That would have been me.
He said Floyd had been physically resisting. This new cell phone video appears to show the moment he steps out of his vehicle. 2 officers restrain him. Security footage from a nearby business shows officers walking him across the street in handcuffs. Record shows Chauvin was a 19-year veteran of the department. He's been praised for valor during his career, but was also the subject of a dozen police misconduct complaints that resulted in disciplinary action. His attorney declined to comment. This man owns a convenience store nearby. He says a store employee called police when Floyd allegedly tried to use a fake $20 bill, but that he didn't deserve this.
My employee called me while the officer had been kneeling on his neck, and she was crying, telling me, Mike, what should I do? The guy can't breathe, they're killing him.
Again, authorities here this morning are still assessing the damage. No telling how many protests are expected later today, but adding to the anger here is a new report from the fire department that reveals that George Floyd showed no signs of life when paramedics arrived on the scene, certainly adding to the questions here.
Yeah, absolutely. Gabe, you also mentioned at the top of the piece that there was a fatal shooting overnight in the middle of all those protests. What do you know about that?
Well, it's still very early on in the investigation, but there was one man found with a fatal gunshot wound. He was later pronounced dead. Police are now investigating that. They're looking into whether a pawn shop owner may have fired a shot and perhaps killed the man, but again, still very early on in the investigation. As you can see behind me, this is still a very chaotic scene.
And Gabe, a lot of people are also wondering what's taking so long for any charges to be brought forward, including the mayor who you interviewed. So is there a timeline for when that may happen?
Well, certainly, Hoda, that is adding to the anger here. Many of those protesters are wondering why these officers haven't been charged, but some authorities are asking for calm. A medical examiner's report is expected in less than 3 weeks. As you mentioned, the mayor, though, is taking that rare step on calling for that arresting officer to be charged. It's up to the county attorney, and right now he's given no timetable on this. What people are asking for as well is perhaps for the body camera video to be released. That is part of this investigation. Still certainly a lot of questions at this point.
Yeah, seems like we've seen that incident from so many different angles. All right, Gabe, thank you.
All right. So you see now again, also we know read in verse 22, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written by may be fulfilled. So now again, now see what happening now? We're running from for Jerusalem now. We're heading into to Africa now, right? So now you see now we're going on to the Romans and them again, torturing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and things. So you go on to verse 23 now.
Our God, the book of Luke, chapter 21. And to them that are with child, and to them that gave suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people.
Right, so again, woman pregnant, woman with child, everybody going to feed the rot of the Europeans and them and things. So see again, it's not now Europeans and them something. So as scripture say again, and thing is war from sins in Genesis and thing. And you know how that going to stop till we come to the Mosiah and thing. It's war right through. That's like when you're watching the video and thing, the girl say when this is ever going to stop? And think when is going to ever stop and think when is going to ever stop till we come to the Most High and till the black Hispanics and Native Indian come to the Most High and think because it is going to continue and think right. It is going to continue right through and think right. And they're going to, if not killing, they're going to oppress you. They're going to put stress on we. They're going to have we sick.
Right.
And thing, right? Give me verse 24.
The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
So, no. Again, no. So, again, you see, now, this is the way now start again. One thing. So now we say we could be led into captive into all nations, and they will start from that from we fleeing from Jerusalem and heading into Africa now. This is where the Europeans and them. This is where the Europeans and them come now and pick me up and start to sell us into all these European countries and them too, and even these other nations and them was taking part in buying slaves and all to all in India and all India and all to. Was buying slaves and all too again too. And I check back all these other nations and them was doing. But who do it the most? And think the Europeans and them. Who it is? The same this called white man, right? These are the people and them again. So again, no matter how all these president things come, Biden and then after the next one coming again and all things, don't get tied up with these, do not at no time fall for no white people again, because again, when you go back on the scripture and all to most I say these people are we enemy and all to say, yeah, we say we will be fighting these people forever. Do ever think in your mind that hey, now I go change and think anyway again to again and don't listen to your mind and all to again because your mind is deceitful, wickedly deceitful above all things, right? So we have to listen to the re-record book, and what that is, the record book set by the Most High, right? And thing, right? That what we have to listen to. And who's the people to listen to to get it right? The I.S.U.P.K. and thing, right? They're not going to play. They follow everything what the scriptures say, right? And thing, right? Give me from and of the Gentiles until
Come. The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of all the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So again now, so all in the Christian church and thing I said now I get to know like said no Gentiles come up again, which is again just as how we bring it into all these nations and them. So now we're talking about these talking about again now all these different races and things too. So now again, as long as it's not a black, Hispanic and Native Indian, you are heathen or considered Gentiles. When we people now pick up all these customs, these heathens and them, and think now we have like we put ourselves calling Gentiles and all too. So sometime in the scriptures and all too, the Gentiles are referred to as the other nations and it is referred to as us. But here now it is talking about these other nations and them too here now, right? So until that time, till the Gentiles and them be fulfilled, till we start to see them other nations start to go against the self and thing. So that's now you go start to see I've seen Russia when they go and fight with America and England pulling away from America and all these things, till all these till they start to go till the race will start to come. This is what we're talking here and all too. So by the time we black people going to start to rise back now, coming back, and by that work going on there, is by we coming back to the laws, statutes, and judgments are the Most High and thing, right? So again, so now as we now bring it into Luke now here now, so the Most High say right, when you see all these things happening now, flee to Jerusalem and thing, flee from Jerusalem and now go to the mountains. So you went into Africa now, right? So now we're going, and the next one is going to show that hey, we went in the hands of the Europeans and them, which is the white man again, which is what we call the deceiver, which is an original AKA nickname, the devil, right? So you're going to see that now, right? Joel chapter 3, verse 2 to 7.
The book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered.
Now again, now, so the Most High going and try to deal with these other nations and things. Because why would they plead and scatter amongst all these other nations and things? So that's the show you know too. So when you check back all the South Americas we did, when we go in Europe and things, now it have plenty African footballers. But when you watch the World Cup and all too and things, you see now all them different footballers and them black footballers in all these European countries and things. Because why the nation have been scattered through all the earth and thing, right?
Right.
And thing to say no, that's to show all these things. There are many ways it could continue showing and thing to know. So again, I scripture going and thing we go start to see now, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. They have cast lots for my people, given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for that they might drink.
So you see what they do to the nation of Israel, all the boys and all the girls and all kind of thing. So you see again, they're not doing that to the own, but you see again, they take up themselves and thing, and take we boy child and we girl child and what for the own game and the own pleasure and thing and for what for nonsense and thing, right? So you see what happening there now? All wickedness and thing, and that's why when you go back and you think from the thing, serpent, a malicious, wicked being and thing. When you check out the devil, deceiver, you check out Lucifer. I can't remember. Lucifer, the meaning again, what it was for. But again, when you look up again, same man and the same wickedness they're doing again, right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
And so Tyre and Zidon, you know that they die what it is in Africa, right? And when we check back out onto that major shipping ports, right? But these are African families, right? Go ahead.
And all the coast of Palestine.
Right, so the Palestinians and everything, Africans again too, right?
Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Good.
Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried it into your temples, my goodly things, pleasant things.
Right, so verse 5. So now, that's how verse 4 we are singing now. So them now, see what they do now? So the Most High had vengeance against these nations and them now. So what they do now? And we silver chain and thing, right? Some of we when we going out and thing, some of the men and them want they want to take it and put it under the jersey because sometimes they're afraid somebody else might rob them. But what they're doing in their own mind, they're taking care they're making sure I ain't lost my chain and thing because that precious to them. Oh, you see something or the same thing, you have same gold chain in your house and thing, you're not putting that in the open or you have a remote and thing there. You're going to put that somewhere, you hide it somewhere, but you know in your own mind now, hey, I know I hide that and thing, right? So this is exactly now what happening to the nation of Israel. They the Most High gold and silver and thing, right? They the Most High gold and silver and thing. And what they're gonna do? They're gonna take the Most High gold and silver and what? Boy, we go see what happening.
And have carried it into your temples, my goodly things. Verse 6. Also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
Right. So who so the children of Judah and Jerusalem, right? So they're just talking about Judah and then after the same Israel, right? So again now who they take now? And they sell them to the Grecians. So where the Grecians come from? Where that country is? Greece and things. And who them is? The Europeans and them. And as we say again, who the white man is? White man is the deceiver, aka devil, right? So again, and when you check it out and thing, right? My buddy, if somebody had to buy something and thing, you go and buy somebody children and thing. You go and buy. You go and look to buy a car. You go and look to buy a house and things will make sense. And then you go and take away somebody children and thing and buy. So you see what the Africans and them doing. So black man and Hispanic and Native Indian man, we are not Africans and thing, because this is the people and them who sold us into slavery. So one, they show the wickedness of the two. So one gather we and sell we and with him, and that's the same thing again. When somebody selling something, what they're selling? Hey, they're selling oil and things. You want to sell oil, they want to sell gold, they want to sell animals from with them, the cloth and all these things and things. But what they do? So your own economy thing, right? You want to build economy and thing, right? You have all these things to sell your economy and build economy. Your livestock and all kind of thing. Your coal and thing. Wagging. Some people and them, some countries, tea and all kind of thing, right? But what do? They sell them and to do what? To sell them into slavery. And the next one now, so that one do gathering people to sell them into slavery. And the next one again, that wicked, I say again, malicious being, taking people again to buy them, to carry them into slavery and to punish them and torture them more again, right? And thing too, right? So and I'll go on to say and remove them far from the border. So and saying so remove them far from the borders and things. So now we again now the place we should really be is in Israel, right? But again, until Christ come back and making no all the people want to say, well, yeah, all is Israel, go back to Israel and things. That is not really most I set up for you right now. We set up for you to come back to him. He will do that part when that time reach and thing, right? So they say take me from far from Israel. So now we're going around with all these African American and thing foolishness and thing two nation. How two nation could be a race of people and thing is a African American, is a Trinidadian, is a Jamaican and thing bullshit and thing, right? That not making no sense. Say scripture say we move far from the borders and thing, right? So now we all around the world, far from we home, right? And thing, right? So I go to verse 7.
The book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 7. Behold, I will rise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head.
So the Most High say, rise them out. So we're going to come back to the Most High and think from all around the world, all the European countries and thing, wherever we is, wherever nation we is and thing, we're going to come back to the Most High laws and thing. And then after what? The Most High is going to do a destruction to all these other nations and them. So black, Hispanics, and Native Indian mind, the Most High is waiting for you to come back to him and thing. And like, we're going to come back to the laws, statutes, and judgments and commandments. By you not eating no pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, by you coming and keeping the Passover, the Feast of Tabernacles and thing, right? Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Trumpets, the Day of Atonement, the Feast of Dedication, the Feast of Purim. By you coming back to all these things and them, right? The Most High is going to deal with other nations and them. So again, and most important, the white man, aka deceiver, devil, right? So again, we are not to be mixing with these nations and them, and most important, we are not to be mixing with the white man and things, because the Most High is not about that. We is a separate nation from these other nations and things. And again, we come back to all these things, we're not supposed to be marrying them neither and all too. So righteous scriptures are going to see it and all too, right? From Deuteronomy, it in Ezra, you're going to see it in Kings, you're going to see it and thing, right? Right? So righteous scriptures and all too, right? You're going to see it and all too. You're going to see it in Genesis and all too. The Most High destroy the earth for that and all too, right? And thing, right?
Right.
Come on. So again, you're seeing all the different characters. Are the deceiver here, right? The white man, aka devil and thing, right? So you're seeing all the different characters of him, right? An original name, original nation Edom, original name Edomites and them, right? So this is who they are. They are right here in the scripture. And the Most High was aware from them from sin. So come to ISUPK, come and learn your history, come and learn your knowledge, come and learn your culture. come and be aware of these other nations and them. So now you're gonna know how to move wrong these other nations and them, right? So let me go to be the last scripture for the night. You give me Isaiah 14 and no, my bad. Give me Daniel 7 and verse 25.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
So when I read verse 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High and thing, right? So when you talking about that and thing, man marrying man and thing, right? Hey, you could adultery and all these sorts of things, right? So keep on with me going against the Most High and thing, right? Whatever the Most High say to thing, going against, hey, pork good to eat and thing, right? As long as you're praying thanksgiving and you get thanks for it, you could eat it and thing, going against the Most High and thing, yeah. Don't worry about that and thing. The Lord's done away. The Lord's done away with and thing. This is the thing he set up. He's saying it for his Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian priests and pastors that come and tell you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, hey, the Lord's done away with that thing. Yeah, it's okay. He was born. Yeah, he was born so it's okay to like a man and thing, right? This is the things that I'm doing, right? And thing and shall wear out the sins of the Most High. So Christmas come around and thing. Again, coming around, I run into go and buy curtain and thing. Right through the year when you painting your house, or you want to go and paint your house, painting a house sometimes is with a good bit of men and thing, it's all 2 weeks and something. Painting a house. You want to go and paint a house for yourself and thing. Within about 3 days or 4 days and thing, running around, going by the hard way, this, that, all over the night and thing, going and put pressure on the seamstress and thing, you want curtains and thing, the seamstress getting tired, all kind of thing, running down meat and thing, the meat started to get expensive and thing, because why? Why you want to go and follow the white man philosophy and the doctrines and all the feasts on them and things not at the Most High. So that's again now when you check back and thing, all them meat going up, boom. Eating chicken, everybody want to go and bake chicken for Christmas and thing. You don't getting tired from Christmas and thing, you're running up and down. Now the baking time reach now. You want to go and think all your money going up and thing. Where you be paying for chicken normal price might be $40, might be going up to 70 and thing. Boom, it going up and thing. When come back down again, go and follow Easter and thing. As Easter thing breaking length. Say, yeah, don't eat no meat. Fish price going up and thing. And who causing these fish price to go up again? Same, what people don't know again, the same Christian church have been set up by the white man. When you check back all these Christian church and the founders and them are these churches and them, the Baptist, the Pentecostal, the Roman Catholic, the Anglican, all these founders are white people. And when you check back all these things and them, money that's going up to them, getting them rich, and we Black people that's suffering right through.
Right.
And thing, right? And when you check back up again, it's in vain. And thing and causing things and all term, where should be normal prices, it's causing it to go up. So when come and tell you don't eat meat and thing, all these fish thing and then are going up all $40 a pound and thing. They're causing all them things, carnival and thing. The set what people doing again, the Christian church set carnival and all too again. Every Ash Wednesday, as carnival reach and finish, it is that Wednesday. So how Ash Wednesday could come just after Monday and Tuesday and thing. So and then after they tell you come in the church and repent your sins. The Christian church send you to go and play carnival, go and shake your tail and thing, right? Go and wind down low and all kind of thing. Them send you to go and do that. Put on a bra and a panty and thing. Them send you to go and do that and thing. And thing. Because why? This is all a part of them and thing, right? and change to think times, right? So when you check back all these things and all the days of the week and all too again, right? The months and thing was where it should be and thing, the name of the months, the name of the days and all these things, they change all these things, they change the times and all too. So now when a day finish, you know, well, it might be around 6 o'clock and thing, and next day beginning, they tell you the day starting 12 o'clock in the 12 o'clock in the night. So just imagine when you want to go and keep the Most High Sabbath and thing. You already go when you want to go and keep the Most High Sabbath. Because Saturday rich, you thinking you're gonna think when there's another day done pass. So hey, in your mindset again, what should they do one thing? But thank the I.S.U.P. know you're gonna know, hey, you have to keep that Sabbath from Friday evening, you know. I think not Saturday 12 o'clock in the night and thing when that is done gone already and thing. Say, hey, I'm gonna give the Most High Sabbath and thing that is done gone and thing to this is what they're doing and all to the serious part of it and all to the changing times, the changing the laws and thing, right? So and thing right now you go to the so changing times and thing and then laws and thing when you check back and all to now they tell you a man could marry a man could marry man and thing, a woman could marry a woman and thing, right? And thing now they tell you you want to go and put women in men jail and all kind of thing. So again, this is them time, right? And they shall be given into his hand until it time the finding of time. So now when we go back and then this is them time again to be ruling the earth right now and thing, right? Until you black, Hispanic and Native Indian man come back to the Most High. Again, them time is going to end, right? And this is the beginning of you black, Hispanics and Native Indians. This is the beginning of you know setting order on the face of the earth. Anybody going against the Most High laws and thing, destruction for them. So even these other nations and all, they have no homosexuality thing coming again. Any homosexuality thing in them nation, you're gonna deal with them and all because why? The influence of these again could come back again. So this as again white we picking up smoking, who we pick it up from? These are the nation and things. So by them being there's somebody smoking, it could influence somebody again to smoke and things. So that is going to cut out and things. It's still going to have evil king, but this is the judgment is going to we is going to set that order. We're going to set that order. So if anyone I think that's like when we watch the black man again do the same crime, the white man do the same crime and thing. And a black man do the same crime, and the white man get 20, the black man get 20 years, and the white man only get 3 years and all kind of thing. See, you see what's going on there? Not rightful judgments on the face of you. And this is now what the black man is going to set that order and thing. And when you check back and all too, there's one people on the face that have no power, and that is the black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Every nation on the face of the earth have their power on the face of the earth. Have all the economy, everything. When you check back all the East Indians and them, they have Dilmati and thing, they have Ansel Metal and thing, they have the Arabs and them, they have Qatar and all these things, billion-dollar companies and thing. And we talk about the white man, you see in all the basketball arenas, you see all Warner Brothers, all these different movies and thing, the Chinese Samsung and all these things, and they have the military right and all the powers and thing. Which nation on the face of the earth is? You black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, your power is the Most High, and the Most High is waiting for you to come back to him, right? To set back that order and thing, right? And stop following the white man, and stop following the devil, and stop following the deceiver, and thing, right? And which is all of them, and which is the Edomites and them biblical name, right? So with that, I will pass the class over to Priest and Officer Maikwa.
This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant GEN.YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if your brother or your sister has an interest in a particular person, you must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, if the brother or sister brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21 and Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. The upcoming Holy Convocation is the Feast of Purim, which is the 14th and 15th day of the 12th month, which will be Thursday, February 25th, and Friday, February 26th, in the year 2021. You can find this in Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 to 31. Remind Archeum and Aquatium to check on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he needs to start wearing all black, which include black boots, like shirt, like pants, like headbands or scarf. And with that, we say, I imagine. You're going to turn and face the east. And we're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayah. Kwadash. Aya. Shemka. Yam Yahweh. Malakwaka. Taba'a. Ratazaka. Aya. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Aya. Mashamaya. Nathan now. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalak now. Kawawat now. Kasalak now. Kawawat now. Wala. Tabaya now. Bonasaya one. Abal. Kawashai now. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Watapara. Ibolamium. Aman. What we just said, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive our debts. And we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. Thy and the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Amen. We will see the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushai. Wa Makala. Wa Alhayam. Matazabia. Alawapihan. Ha Alawapiam. Ha Saraniam. Ha Kwatazayaniam. Ha Kayalianiam. Wa Akwatiam. Yahweh. Wa Hashem. Yahushai. So Wada Aman. What we just said, bless you Yahweh. And Michael, and the angels, commanding general, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. We're going to say Hakak, and for the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Awakasha, Nathan Noah, Hakak, Larapara, Kalmakala, Kalmadawa, Hakak, Lata, Atamazariam, Hakak, Lahakwayam, Amatayam, Hakak, Ayakawat, Atamayala, Nagarashan, Basham, Yahushai, Wala Aman. They just said, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. This is I.S.U.P.K curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. The name of Yahushai. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Thy prophet. The teachers. The prince. The priest. The Israelite brothers. And the school. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose. The treasure of the rich of Israel. I refuse to give to the school. Force their riches. To enter thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the Edomites.
and the nation, and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the government of our enemies, I'm not saying of the army, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Area Nation, Skinheads, Cosmotati, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, army, navy, Air Force, Marine, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airwaves, cable access channels, the radio channels, convict the spirits of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand our way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your word through this planet Earth. Let root all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro throughout the earth, and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief, and the murderers. Let Yahweh, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all. The angels have done it. It is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread to the media. For the whole world. For them to shake up thy covenant. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you always. So be it. We're going to say the blessed Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Rakanawa, Wayashala, Abayat, Saparium, Barak, Rapah, Magan, Hagan, Commander GEN.YAHANNA, Generals, Captains, Officers, Troopers, sisters, children, all the children of Israel, and all who fight the competition, John family, the Cotton family, Philip family, Alexis family, brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K, brothers and sisters fighting coming to the truth, children and babies in I.S.U.P.K, Franco family, Brown family, Zion, Wesleyan, Daniela, Amelia, Ashida, Trisha, Chantel, Nima, Khadijah, Myelin, Bashan, Yahushai, the Wada Aman. What we just said, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, bless us, and Israel, and the school, bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Sir, men of Israel, let's give the teacher a 1 courtesy salute. Amadam Shabbat, Majam, Barak, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bakatam. Yadiad Mata, men of Israel, let's give the sisters online a 1 courtesy salute. Amadam Shabbat, Majam, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Atan Bashem Yahushai. Yadiad Mata, class dismissed.